Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap podcast is back.
Coming at you.
Word. IPA all day.
Well, it's IPA day, right?
Well, it was
It was IPA day.
a couple weeks ago by the time this comes out.
A couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So in honor of IPA day past, we've decided to do 2 IPAs, which we do quite often on this show. And I'm really excited about this episode because we've got 2 breweries that 2.5, I guess, that I really, really enjoy what they put out.
It would be 1.5.
What? Still, I got 2 different breweries, and then they did a collab with another brewery.
So that would be 3 breweries then.
Wow, let's call it 2.5.
I mean, at that point, it would just be 2 beers, or two in total.
Yeah, but I mean, if a brewery's if it's a collab beer, really...
Do you count one brewery as the whole brewery, and then one is just a half?
Yeah, because really there's only one brewery that's really doing all the work. And then there's the other brewery that's just kind of putting their name on the can as well. So either... we'll come back to this. So either the one brewery that released it is the main brewery, and the other brewery just came down and guest brewed in their brewery, and then they called it a collaboration,
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
When it comes to collaborations, it's really... collaborations aren't really collaborations a lot of times.
Well, some are.
Some truly are. But I don't believe that this was the case in this particular situation.
You don't think?
I'd be surprised.
Why?
I don't know.
Great justification there, man.
I just felt so
you just don't feel like this is a...
I just don't feel like this is like 2 brewers just really got together and collaborated on a beer. I think that a brewer went down and brewed a beer at this other brewery, and then they called it something different.
I'm going to disagree.
You would.
Of course I am.
All right. We can get into collaboration and the art of collaborating whenever we get to that beer.
Excellent.
But first, we're going to start with, quite frankly, my favorite brewery right now.
Same here.
Wylam out of Newcastle on Tyne.
Newcastle upon Tyne.
Yep.
Or Tyne.
Tyne.
Whatever.
Tyne.
Yeah.
In the UK. And Wylam's just I ordered a bunch of beers from Glasbanken a couple of weeks ago. And it was 4 Wylam beers. And I just...
Was it 5?
Well, it was 5 because I also got the 5th one from Systembolaget. It happened to coincide with the release of Systembolaget.
Yeah.
So it ended up being 5 altogether. But the 4 that I got, all of them were really, really good. I mean, I'm not a huge Grisette fan, but their dry hopped Grisette was the second best of the lot. It was so unbelievably just dry and crisp and just the dry hoppiness was really shining through. It was an excellent beer. But the Kill Fill Volume 1 was
That was the bomb.
That was the one I'm I want to drink this all the time.
I think it's kind of funny as well. Wylam has been around for a while.
A while, 2 years at this point.
Is it only 2 years?
Yeah, it's only 2 years.
Really?
But you got to remember,
because
Cloudwater's only been around for 3 years, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
And so everything has come after that. And Wylam's basically just hit the ground running about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And we just discovered them at All In Festival last year.
Well, we knew of them a little bit before All In Festival, but we didn't really know them as a brewery. You don't think so?
No.
I thought we had.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I
think we knew. No. We'd had a Wylam beer IPA, but he wasn't serving any of his IPAs at All In. He was serving his.
He was serving the
Scotch
Old Ale
Imperial
Stout.
Yeah. And so we didn't. We're no. We weren't all that crazy about it. But
our
friend Andre was just killing that.
The Old Ale, yeah,
10% Old Ale.
It was more.
Was it more than that? All right, it was a big beer, and he was drinking it like it was water.
Yep.
So he got quite smashed,
intoxicated.
Yes, that was a fun night.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, especially when he took off in a cab by himself, and we were all like,
Yep.
"But you have the keys to the place, and we don't know where you're going, and
and now we're stranded.
Yep.
Sitting outside alone in the cold.
45 minutes. The minimum.
At least.
Yeah.
So thank you, Andre.
Yeah. We love you, man.
We appreciate you.
Yes, as always. But today we have Attracting Humans, which is a double dry hopped pale ale made with water, barley, oats, hops, yeast, and comes in at a 5.5% alcohol by volume. Best before New Year's Day in 2019.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think it'll last that long. No. I don't think any of their pale ales or IPAs last that long. They're usually, you get them and you crack them open and you just
destroy them.
Bask in the glory of the beer. And this one is no different from any of their other releases that I've seen from them. Cloudy, hazy IPAs, pale ales is kind of his forte.
Yeah.
And this definitely lives up to that.
It lives up to that. Well, what do you say?
I don't know. I lost the word.
Denunciation or?
No, denunciation.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It lives up to those expectations, I guess.
Expectations.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So this is kind of it looks, I would almost think it was a lemony kind of beer because the color just looks like
lemon yellow.
It looks like lemon yellow. It looks like a hazy lemon yellow color.
Yeah. Like a limoncello.
Like a limoncello, kind of, yeah. Oh, but it smells just heavenly hops. Fruity.
Tropical and
tropical,
citrusy.
Yeah.
It's basically everything you expect from a double dry hop Wylam beer at this point.
Oh, for sure. I was really surprised that we got a Wylam beer released at Systembolaget because he's not known for doing huge releases. Yeah. And to be able to release to every Systembolaget within Sweden, I mean, that's got to be a pretty big order to fill.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he can produce that kind of volume. So that's pretty exciting. Hopefully that means we'll see more Wylam releases in the future.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
All right, man. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
That is really amazing pale ale, I think.
It's like heaven in a glass.
It is. It's light. The dry hopping makes it dry, so it finishes really clean.
Well, it wouldn't be the dry hopping that makes it dry, but.
Well, I mean, but like when you think pale ales, you don't think dry beer.
No.
It's usually pretty rounded, malty kind of.
A silky mouthfeel.
Yeah, but this is it has a silky mouthfeel to it. But it doesn't linger. Like when it finishes, it just finishes clean, I think.
I think it's like the, I don't know how to explain it. There's a little bit like the, like when if you chew off a tiny bit of a hop pellet, it's like that kind of dryness in your mouth.
Yeah. But it doesn't have a hop burn to it.
No.
Like
No.
Like, you don't think I'm going to be burping this for the next couple hours.
No.
Like
but I mean, you
sometimes.
wish you would, but...
Yeah. Like, because sometimes some of the Wylam stuff, you get it a little too fresh. It gets a little, like, you're like, ooh, I'm going to be tasting that for a while. But I don't feel like we're going to get that from this beer at all.
No.
It just is...
Oh, but still, like, the burps right now
Yeah.
are really tasty.
Okay, that's a disturbing thought, but yeah, I mean, you're right. You're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like when you finish it, like a lot of times for me, when I drink a pale ale, I get this kind of like tea flavor in the aftertaste.
Okay.
Like a Earl Grey tea maybe, or something like that kind of flavor in the aftertaste. But this just...
I mean, you could really call it like a session IPA.
Yeah, kind of.
Or a session New England IPA, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it doesn't have, like, the bitterness of a West Coast IPA or anything. Like, you wouldn't expect it to have either. No. But it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely more fruity than just a regular pale ale. And I don't know, is there such a thing as a New England pale ale? I mean, I guess
I don't know.
there is.
I kind of almost feel like Europe has really embraced the whole idea of the New England Pale Ale and kind of made it their own at this point. Like, so...
No, I mean like New England IPA and then New England Pale Ale.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's such a thing as a New England Pale Ale. But like at Hopapalooza, I went to a couple of weeks ago, it was like every brewery basically made a hazy IPA at some point. Maybe they didn't call it New England IPA or... but they called it, it was definitely a hazy IPA of some sort. So I feel like Europe has embraced the concept of the hazy IPA, or at least Scandinavia has, in a way that, like when I was in Texas, you did not see a hazy IPA anywhere.
That's kind of weird too.
Yeah.
Because that's basically where the hazy beers originated from. It's in the U.S.
Yeah.
But obviously it wasn't in the south of the U.S., but
no. But the trend is such that you would think it would have filtered, because there's a ton of breweries in Texas and in Oklahoma and Arkansas and Missouri. And I'll be honest with you, I tried very few, maybe two hazy IPAs the entire time I was there. I really looked for them too, because I was trying to find these really forward, like ultra fresh IPAs, and I don't know if the market's just not set up that way in those areas to be able to sell those kind of beers, but there were not a lot of these hazy juice bombs, as they say, in those regions. It's
really weird.
Texas is really big in traditional German styles.
Yeah.
So everybody does a Kolsch and a Hefeweizen and a Bock and Pilsner and those kind of beers. And they do really good versions of those too. Not to knock anything that they do, but like a red ale is very common there, where you don't see that kind of production here in Scandinavia. When's the last time you had a red ale from a brewery in Sweden?
I don't know if ever.
Well, we've had one on the show, and that was from that was the Imperial Red Ale, and that was from the UK, and that was
we have
Magic Rock did one. We have
Remarlev's Crimson Red.
Yeah, and then there was there's one other brewery that escapes me right now, but they're few and far in between.
Yeah.
They are not very common here.
Yeah,
which is a shame, because I think it's a perfectly fine style that could probably use some more love and attention and
some more innovation.
Yeah. Kind of like Pilsners now are starting to get the kind of attention and love that they deserve with the dry hopping methods, and brown ales could always be improved upon. But yeah, so this is a really nice, I think, release that Systembolaget got. So what do you think about this one?
I love it.
Good. You're as verbose as always.
I know.
I gotta shut you up. You're just prattling on.
So many words.
I know.
Just never stops.
You are the wordsmith.
I know.
All right. So I'm gonna.
No, but it's really good. And as you've already said, Wylam is one of our favorite brewers at this point. I don't think I've had any IPA or hop forward beer from them that I haven't liked.
Same way. The Midnight Train to Biker, I thought, was probably a 5 out of 5 beer from them. It was unbelievably good. I absolutely loved it. The only beer I had from them I didn't really care for was the Jekyll and Hyde, which was a collab with Demolin. Basically, it was a Demolin recipe.
It was the Imperial Stout, right?
It was a Imperial Stout Porter.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it was. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I've loved pretty much everything I've had from Wylam's to
same
various degrees.
And I think for me, this is probably a 4.5 out of 5 pale ale.
Yeah, I was going to go 4.25, but yeah, it's excellent. Very solid release. Yeah. All right, so next up is the Woozy, which is a collaboration between
Garage Beer Company and Stigbergets.
Yeah, so Garage Beer Company out of Barcelona, Spain.
And it was brewed in Barcelona as well.
Yes, and Stigberget out of Gothenburg, Sweden. So this is where I get to the
collaboration side.
So how much do you think of this was Stigberget brewing something and just using the Garage breweries' facilities, or how much do you think would they actually? So what goes into a collab? Let's talk about collaborations in general. What goes into a collab? You've collaborated on a beer before. So what goes into a collaboration?
Well, I mean, can you pause a little bit?
Can I pause it? Yeah. Hold on. All right, so you've done collaborations before. So what goes into a collaboration?
So for me, a collaboration is actually a collaboration.
What does that mean?
So if I'm going to take the collaborations I've done with Vetre in Norway as an example, I speak to Hasse, who's one of the brewers there, and then we jointly come up with a recipe that we want to brew.
Okay.
And then when we have the recipe done, we choose a date. I fly up there. We brew the beer together. I mean, obviously, I usually can't be there for the kegging of it, but it's a recipe that we made together. It's a beer that we brewed together. I mean, for me, that's a collaboration.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't think that this is any different.
Okay, so you're saying that Stigbergets and Garage Beer, not Garage Project, which is from New Zealand, but Garage Beer from Barcelona, got together, shared some
and I mean, they
Google documents, and
they might have
came up with a beer together.
Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know, but that's what a collaboration is sense to me, at least.
Well, probably.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I was saying, like, sometimes it seems like collaboration beers are really like...
I'm sure that sometimes it is just like one brewery wants to take advantage of another brewery's name and reputation and whatever to boost their own brand as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think that happens a lot in the craft beer scene, really. I don't know, but I mean, my gut feeling is that it doesn't really happen that much.
Okay. All right, so we'll say that they jointly ventured into this recipe together.
I think they did.
I probably.
Yeah.
I'm just being contentious.
As always.
I tried to. I get to play the devil's advocate here.
Yeah, true.
Get you to talk.
I mean, because otherwise it wouldn't really be a discussion, right? So.
Yeah. All right.
We were just sitting around, agree with each other all the time.
As we usually do.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's see if we feel that this is a collaboration worthwhile.
I can definitely smell some Stigbergets off of this.
And what does that smell like?
Citrusy.
Okay. It's like taint. I don't know. I get kind of a coconut scent a little bit.
Tiny bit of coconut and carameliness, but also quite a lot of citrus notes to it. Does it say which hops were used in this?
I don't know.
Citra and Simcoe.
Okay. Because the writing is really...
Loral, Citra, and Simcoe. Well, I mean, the writing is hard to read if you can't see.
Yeah.
Which I can, so...
Yeah. Well, it's also light blue writing on purple text.
Well, it's actually light purple on purple.
Yeah. So it makes it even harder to read.
Yeah, if you're blind.
Shh. Don't talk about those things.
Cheers.
All right, well, cheers. Yeah, that's 8.5%, and it is a bit boozy.
It's a little bit boozy, but it's not overly boozy for 8.5%. I mean, I've had like 8% plus beers that have felt a lot boozier than this.
But I mean, for me, an IPA doesn't normally... I've had a lot of 8-9% ABV IPAs that weren't boozy at all.
Yeah.
And this comes off as...
It comes off as more boozy than, like, for example, the Cloudwater Double IPA set or series. Which is, I mean, it's a little bit detracting from it.
Yeah.
But it's not that boozy that I would knock it for it.
No. You definitely get kind of the tropical notes in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't... it just dies. I mean, like, it doesn't give you much. And you kind of have to search for those tropic notes.
The thing is, like, for me, if I compare it to the Wylam, so in the Wylam, when you smell it, there's so much tropical fruit smell coming off of it. You can really, like, smell the hops in the beer. And when you taste it, the expectations you get from the smell actually comes through in the taste as well. I think the problem for me with this one, with the Woozy, is that it gives you the wrong expectation from the smell for when you taste it.
Yeah.
Because when you smell it, you get quite a lot of citrusy notes and like a slight caramel touch to it. But when you taste it, it's just comes through as bitterness and booziness.
I didn't get bitter, really.
I get quite a lot of bitterness from this.
No, I don't get... For me, it's not really bitter. But it's got like that... I don't know how to describe it. Like... I've heard some people like... I think it's from the tropicalness goes into that, like, guava-ish flavor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's not a... it's almost like a rotten fruit flavor for me. And it's not something I particularly enjoy.
Yeah.
I think it's also where the coconut kind of notes are coming from.
Could be.
I mean, it's not a bad beer. It's just not something I really particularly enjoy either.
I think we've been spoiled with amazing double IPAs and IPAs and pale ales over the past 6 to 9 months.
Oh,
probably more than
not
that.
Longer.
Like
yeah.
The past year, we've been spoiled with so many good double IPAs and IPAs and pale ales that I think our expectations for what a excellent double IPA or an excellent IPA or an amazing pale ale should be has probably been like skewed a little bit.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Because I mean, just looking at like Wylam, for example. I mean, we're bringing up Wylam quite a lot, but I mean, they make amazing stuff. So when we get something that's not as good as Wylam right now, we think that it's bad.
I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying that
the thing is, like, if we would have had this beer a year ago, we would probably have thought it was great.
Maybe, but I mean, that also speaks to the quality of what's being produced in the marketplace.
For sure. Yeah. I'm not.
So I mean, it definitely, I think, means that you've got to. Unfortunately, you've got to hit it out. You got to hit pretty high every time.
Yeah.
I mean, your betting average has got to be pretty high.
Yeah.
And for me, this one is. It's not bad, but I've had better beers from Garage, and I've had better beers from Stigbergets.
Yeah.
And together, I don't think they brought the best of both breweries to create something that is greater than the parts of the...
So what you're saying is that 1 + 1 is not always free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, this is... I'm just not getting the... It finishes flatter.
It's kind of dead in the finish.
Right. It just like, whereas the Wylams, it finishes clean, but it still has a residual flavor to it. This just, like, you drink it and it's got that kind of tropicaliness up front, but then once you swallow, it's just gone. There's nothing residual left in it.
That's what she said.
There's nothing for you to enjoy afterwards.
As opposed to the Wylam, where like that pleasant, like, hop flavor just lingers in your mouth and your throat.
And it's got a better mouthfeel. It's just smoother. It just, like, it finishes and you're just kind of like, I want more.
Especially
I want
now
sip.
when it's warmed up a little bit. It's absolutely even better now.
Oh, yeah. Now you're getting more of that pale ale tea kind of flavor coming through.
I think I want to, like, change my rating on this.
On the Wylams?
Yeah.
Well, you give it 4.5. 4.5 when you go high?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll probably do 4.75 now.
Yeah. I think it just is getting better as it warms up. Whereas I think the Woozy is getting worse as it warms up. I think it would have been better a little bit colder. Because I want to like it. I really do. But it's just not working for me.
It's as it warms up, it's getting boozier and boozier.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean about, like, it starts out boozy, and then as it warms up, you're just going to get boozier.
Yeah.
And it's going to get more alcohol heat to it, and it's going to get just a little bit harsher. And the fact that it doesn't have, like, this, like, sweet tropical note that it promises to finish with, that it just finishes so flat, I think really kind of detracts a lot from the from the IPA itself.
No, I agree. All right, so if you're going to rate the Woozy, what would you rate it?
I'm going to go like a 3.25.
Yeah.
Where I would buy the Attracting Humans like all day. Like I kind of want to go tomorrow and buy 2 more cans.
The thing is, I'm probably going to have to go back because I don't have any IPAs in my fridge at all at the moment. The past couple of weeks, I really haven't bought any beer at all. And I've been craving IPAs. I've basically been craving Wylam IPAs. Yeah. So I think I might have to go back and get a few more cans of this.
Definitely. Whereas the Woozy, I'm very content to let that sit on the shelf. And
yeah, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the Wylam, I really want to go back and get more. But the Woozy, I'm like, well, it was nice to try it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get any more cans of it.
Definitely.
It's not a bad beer, but it was enough to have it once.
Yeah.
So I'm also, I think I'm right there with you, like a 3.25.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's also like you were hinting at it before. Like we've had so many good beers from Stigbergets before. That has been a lot better than this one, and we've had beers from Garage that have been a lot better than this one. So it does seem like one of those cases where like 2 great breweries collaborating just makes something that is not as great as what they do independently.
Yeah, I agree. And I think this was a valiant effort, but it just doesn't deliver on what you'd expect.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Cool. All right.
So, where can you find us online?
whatsonthappodcast.com.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram. YouTube. Spotify.
Yes.
iTunes.
Yes.
And Stitcher, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's it.
Yep. All right. So until next time,
keep drinking.
You dum-dums.
There we go.